First, we have to understand the difference between ambition and vision. Now, ambition is always about me. It's a constipated self thing. But vision is always about we. Ambition always seeks achievement. मेरे को ये चाहिए, मेरे को वो चाहिए. लेकिन vision, मेरे को इधर से उधर जाने के लिए I need contribution from my system, from my people. So vision seeks contribution. Ambition चाहता है कि मैं सीढ़ी से ऊपर जाऊं, but vision actually build that ladder जहां से आप खुद भी और बाकी लोगों को भी आप ऊपर लेके जा सकते हो. Ambition mostly, as I said earlier, is about self. It's coming from that identity hunger, the need to prove, validate, for a security, for control. But vision is driven by meaning hunger, the need to serve, to need to uplift someone, or create something, or heal something. Ambition wants to rise above others, but vision wants to rise with others. I think in 10th episode mein aake ye we already proved it, that ambition which comes from typical ahankara, which basically coming from the sense of ego, I, me, mine. Vision is basically arise from Yajna Bhava, the feeling the life itself is a sacred offering. Does not mean renunciation of success. It means renunciation of obsession with personal reward.
First of all, my compliments to you, Goutam ji, because I know we started this many, many days ago, and the fact that we've reached the 10th episode of this particular series, I think is a great achievement. And I must say that we must thank Sri Krishna, thank everybody who helped us both be focused and getting on with this particular task. Fantastic, and I hope our viewers wherever they are in the world are enjoying themselves. And yes, one thought that we've not talked about: if there is anybody who's seeing this who needs any help, then please reach out to Goutam ji. You can connect with us on LinkedIn, or if there's any way that we can help you, we'd love to do that and get on with your journey as an entrepreneur. The whole point of ahankara and Tyaga Bhava, I mean, you raised a very interesting issue. You see, ambition is not bad. Everybody must have ambition. It is a very powerful driver of energy. Blind ambition is what is bad. So you can't have blind ambition. Blind ambition means that you are now blinded to everything else. You are now only being driven by your ego. So when you say you're driven by your ahankara, what you're doing is you become blind ambition. And when you get into blind ambition, what are you doing? You're just saying nothing doing. At any cost, I want to get this done. At any cost, I'm going to achieve this whole thing. I don't care what happens. I'm going to sacrifice everybody. I'm going to backstab the whole world. But I want to get this. That is blind ambition. That is wrong. Because that is driven by a sense of ahankara. And that is something which is disastrous. So you need to figure out a way of achieving what you want to achieve. We deliberately chose this lovely word called Yajna Bhava. First of all, what is a yajna? In the old days, in the days of old, and even now, yajna, incidentally, is a sacrifice that we are doing. What are we sacrificing? We are sacrificing our ego. We are sacrificing all our thoughts in a sacred fire. That is a yajna. Now, to conduct the yajna is a big process. You've got to have the right place, you've got to have the right date, you've got to figure out who all are going to be doing it, you've got a whole host of people who will do it for you. There's a whole host of stuff that goes in. Now, if you look at it, this is such a beautifully laid down process, isn't it? Anything that we want to do, if we were to adhere to that particular process. Now, let's take the fear away. Let's take away the whole feeling of it being one rite and a ritual and stuff like that. Let's take that away, which is unfortunate, which is coming. But if you take that from its purest perspective, it is such a beautiful process where everything has to fall into place. Traditional Indian marriage, irrespective of which part of the world, India, it could be Bengal, it could be Kerala, it could be Telugu, it could be Tamil, it could be Kannada, Maharashtrian, Gujarat, Kashmiri, any part of the world. Chinese. There is a certain process that they follow. Each of those steps has such a deep scientific meaning. And therefore, when you complete all those processes, you get a yajna. So a yajna, Gautamji, is nothing but process adherence. Now, Gautamji, you're running a business. You're making a product or you're delivering a service. Obviously, to deliver that product or a service, you need a process put into place. You need to figure out what is the input that you're going to use, put into your process, and therefore to get an output. Now, who is this input going to come from? Who's the supplier of this particular input? So you need to get that supplier completely aligned with the quality of the input that is your requirement. Even if it is a service that you're providing, Gautamji, even if you're teaching someone, you will take an input and convert it, put it through your process, and you will come up with an output. Now, for that output, you need a customer. And this could be an internal customer, it could be an external customer. And he or she will specify to you what kind of an output they want, in what form they want. So your process now has to incorporate both these, the quality of the input that's going to come to you and the quality of the output that is determined by your customer. That is Yajna Bhava, because no Yajna can be performed without that entire process adherence. A simple act, Gautamji, of moving into a new house, what we call Griha Pravesham, is again a process. Why do we follow that process? Because there is a certain way in which you do things that will help you settle in. And one of the things that we do, if you remember in a Griha Pravesham, is that you go and you boil some milk. Why would you want to do that? Just to check whether the kitchen is working or not. Right? You may have the fanciest of house, Gautam, but if the kitchen is not working, and that's the heart of the house. So there is a process adherence. Yajna Bhava actually means that process adherence, saying that, look, you may have the biggest of ambition in life. You may have a fantastic vision, drishti, where you want to be in life. What do you want to be doing? But this process adherence is something which is extremely critical. Now, with that, we brought in this whole concept of Tyaga. Tyaga does not mean sacrifice. Tyaga does not mean giving up. Tyaga means to be detached. So, Gautam, you and I, supposing for instance, we are in the training business or in the consultancy business. So, we have been hired by some company to do some work. So, we finished that assignment. Now we must hand over, because only then will we move on to the next customer, so that you can now move on to another assignment and restart the Yajna Bhava and the process from the basics.
अब्राहम मार्शलो सब जानते ही है, उसका सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन जो एक पिरामिड है कि जहाँ पे हमारा सबसे बेसिक नीड है फिजियोलॉजिकल नीड, जैसे फूड, वाटर, सेक्स, स्लीप एटसेट्रा. उसके बाद आता है हमारा सेफ्टी, विच इज सिक्योरिटी ऑफ द बॉडी, एम्प्लॉयमेंट, फैमिली एटसेट्रा. उसके बाद आता है लव एंड बिलोंगिंग, जहाँ पे फ्रेंडशिप, फैमिली, सेक्सुअल इंटीमेसीज, ये सब होता है. नेक्स्ट लेयर है एस्टीम, जहाँ पे सेल्फ एस्टीम, कॉन्फिडेंस, अचीवमेंट्स, रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ अदर्स, ये होता है. और अल्टीमेटली हम लोग पहुंचते हैं कि सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन, जहाँ पे ये मोरालिटी, क्रिएटिविटी, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ द फैक्ट्स. सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन के बाद उसने ऐड किया था सेल्फ transcendence, and according to him it was the highest level of human consciousness. While self-actualization focuses on maximizing personal potential, self-transcendence actually look into connect with you, which is something bigger, such as serving others, nature or spiritual pursuit. अभी हम लोग जिस DNA में है, वहाँ पे as an entrepreneur, as a leader, we have a lot of power to change the world, change our society for good, change the whole business of dhanda agenda, more conscious, more aligned with our inner core. So I guess if we can push ourselves organically, slowly from self-actualization to self-transcendence, and I think everybody, we have the capacity to do it, we can definitely change the world for better good. Ramji.
At this point of time, I mean, just to quickly round up all the 10 sessions that we've done, Gautamji. The important thing is to remember for all of us that there is a reason why we are doing what we are doing, when we are doing what we are doing, and how we are doing what we are doing. There's a reason. It's not for nothing that you're in Melbourne Australia. It's not for nothing that I'm in Bangalore. So, what are you doing? Where are you doing it? When are you doing it? With who all are you doing it? Which way are you doing it? But one of the things that we have learned through our Indic knowledge systems is more than the what, the where, the who, the when, the which, and all that, is why are we doing what we do? Because in that why is hidden our entire purpose, our entire swadharma. Why are we doing these particular talks? Why are we doing so much of sharing of this knowledge? Because we've reached a stage, Gautam and I, where we're saying it's time for us to spread this wisdom that we have been privy to. And we've been privy to this wisdom thanks to a number of people who've been on this journey over the last so many years, who have shared selflessly. And therefore, it is time for us to continue to pass that forward. And that is the why of this particular series. Once you get that why into alignment, everything else falls into place. What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? Who do you want to bring into this conversation? Where do you want to do it? When will you do it? How will you do it? All of them start falling into place. If the why is not very clear at the beginning of whatever you're doing, then there will be a lot of conflict that will come in your mind on what to do, who to do it with, when to do this, where will you be doing this, how are you going to be doing it. All of those can get into conflicts. And let me tell you, one of the answers is not because I want to make money. Money is the byproduct. Money will happen. If you've got a great product, if you've got a great service, you will make money in life. No question about it. You want to earn $100 million, you can. You want to earn $1 billion, of course you can. And you should, unapologetically. But the important thing is to start with the why. So I hope these 10 episodes that we've shared with you till now, starting with the episode on Swadharma and then moving down, has been sharing a process. And I think Gautam has brought in a certain amount of knowledge that he has acquired over the years in terms of modern psychology and what people are talking. I've brought in the Indic knowledge systems that we can use in terms of fusing both these thoughts into a practical, implementable way in which you can take your enterprise, your idea into fruition. That's the whole idea of this series. So do reach out to us, and if there is anything that we can help you with, whether it is Swadharma or whether it is Vyasatmika Buddhi, whether it is the Atmatripti, Atmarathi that we talked about earlier, whether it's the Satsanga and Lokasanagraha, or the Abhyasa, the Vairagya that you require, or the episode where we dealt with on Sthita Prajna, or the episode that we did something on Abhayam and Natimanita, the one that we did on Jnana and Vijnana, the one that we did on how can you become a Karma Yogi, or how can you take whatever you do from a Yajna Bhava and do it with a certain amount of Tyaga, because then you can transcend all these temporary blind ambition related challenges that will come your way. With that, please be in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
So the last thing, Viktor Frankl said, those who chase success directly often miss it. Those who pursue meaning attract success as a byproduct. Thank you. Thanks to all our viewers.